Yeah, for us tonight, it's just overall, it was just sloppy play. There was some positive things that we did, but it was just overshadowed by the negative things. Offensively, it was not good enough. It didn't move the ball good enough. We got to execute better. The main goal in this game was to control the front. We did not do that. Their front controlled us, and it wasn't good enough for us. So we have to find a way to get better there. We got to score points, right? So we got to find a way to get in the end zone. Had multiple opportunities, just didn't capitalize on those.
How does that pick off? Did you guys? What was the plan going into there? Because obviously they ran it out and were able to kind of burn a 2-minute warning.
Yeah, the plan at the end of the game was kicking the ball out of bounds so we could utilize the 2-minute and had a timeout. And we did not execute that. Again, just goes to the entire game. So, frustrating that we're not executing the things that we're coached to do.
You mentioned the lack of execution in the red zone, the mistakes. You also didn't have a lot of explosive plays. Like, how concerned are you about that, especially with Nico Collins suffering that injury?
Yeah, well, look, we want to be able to be explosive. We had some opportunities down the field. We just didn't connect on them. So we had guys open there. We just didn't connect, didn't make plays, didn't finish in the end zone. So just got to find a way to do a better job of finishing whatever the play call, executing the play. We just got to make sure we're able to score points.
With the way that you all played the last two games, do you feel like the offense kind of regressed tonight?
Today wasn't a good day for our entire team. Right? It's not just one side. All three phases did not do a great job today. We didn't play winning football, so we can't expect to come out with the win when you don't do the things that winning teams do.
Does Nico Collins remain in concussion protocol?
Yeah, right now Nico is still – he has a concussion, so we'll evaluate him as the week goes on.
The defense had some critical penalties early on. What did you make of it, and how did that affect the game early on?
Penalties always affect, especially the critical moments. It's third down, they're at the end of the game, like we're going to get the ball back, and it's just silly penalties that we have to be a smart football team. We have to make smart decisions, and we didn't in critical times. And again, that's not winning football.
When it comes to the play on the sideline with Aziz, what did you say to him? Or what did you speak?
I would have to look at the play to see what happened. I saw it as the tackle started in bounds, so I got to look at it and see why is that called.
And the Christian Harris thing with the show after the Stingley play.
Yeah, I didn't see. I got to see what happened on those. But again, it's things that we control. I always look at penalties are things that we control. So we have to do a better job of controlling those and making smart decisions.
It seemed like there was a few plays, especially in the second half, where there were just free rushers. SCJ on an interception, there was somebody at his feet kind of helping cause an errant throw. How do you guys just kind of get that cleaned up to pick up some of the disguised blitzes that just come free at you guys sometimes?
Yeah, look, when we continue to have the pressures that we have until we get it picked up, it'll keep happening. So we got to do a better job of coaching it, and we got to do a better job of executing it.
Where do you stand on where this team is right now?
We are what our record says we are. So, we got another opportunity. It doesn't matter. We got another opportunity coming next week, short week. It really doesn't matter. We got to flush this. We got to move on, get ready for the next one.
There's a lot of things. I think first I got to, point to myself and missing a couple throws. You just I got to work through the pressure. Bring some blitzes. Got to just do some things, to run some different schemes. I think it will help, but I just think we just didn't catch a rhythm. They did a good job of just keeping the shell, and then some of those third shorts and plays like that. We got to execute, but I think it starts with me, and I got to do a better job of distributing the ball better. When I have good pockets, working them and making sure I'm getting the ball out on time and to the right guys. So I look inward, and then there's some other things we'll watch film and get better at.
Titus mentioned that he felt like the offense was kind of complacent to start and couldn't really pick up energy. Do you kind of agree with that statement? And if so, why do you guys kind of agree with that statement?
I don't know what he meant by complacent, but I think the type of offense we're running is like I told y'all, death by 1,000 cuts, and sometimes when you live by that sport, it's hard because you're not taking a bunch of deep downfield shots, but you're asked to be really good on first, second down, time and time again, and something that we just got to get better at. It's still new to a lot of us, but yeah, I definitely think we can be better at that, and that'll definitely help.
As you all are kind of getting closer, the drive before the one you all scored, what do you feel like, stopped you all there?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. We got down there pretty good. Our defense kept us in it the whole game. We got to help those guys out and score some points somehow, some way. I tried to throw it over the guy. He made a hell of a play, jumping and knocking it down. They zoned a lot of stuff off, so I was trying to just make plays. It's hard to throw over guys in the red zone, so it wasn't easy down there. But we got to find some type of way to score some points, however it looks. So.
Time for a few more, y'all. If Nico can play, what do you all have to do to pick that up?
I thought he'd play really well. I got to just find a way to get him to touch the ball. I got to throw him a better ball. That's just bottom line. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. He's our best player on offense. He's one of the best players in the league, time and time again. We also got to find ways to get him the ball, in better situations. So that starts with me, trying to get us in the right looks. But yeah, it would suck, but hopefully, he'll be okay. And we have a short week, but if not, we got to just step up in other ways and put more, on my plate, hopefully, to try to, help us out.
Last one.
How valuable is communication on just the plays where they're kind of setting those disguises to disguise the blitz? Because there was especially a few times in the second half, guys were coming at you free. How important and how imperative is communication in those situations which everybody's on the same page so guys can't pick up some of those free rushers?
Oh, we were in a lot of situations where, they really didn't show, zero blitz on film on second and long when you're kind of backed up. So that one kind of just caught us off guard. But when it's loud, it's hard to, sometimes get the protections right. And you got to just sometimes throw hot. Sometimes you can pick it up. So it's a little bit in between. But it's something definitely we got to look at and get better at because, we've gotten it a couple weeks in a row. So, yeah, I think if we can do that, we can, hit some bigger plays. Yep.